my name is Sandra Hennessy, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to create your Google Analytics account. It's very important for the success of your digital marketing activity and campaigns to measure your performance. And Google Analytics is a fantastic free tool that will allow you to measure and understand the performance of your digital marketing activity and campaigns. Google Analytics will allow you to measure everything in your performance and understand your digital activity, as well as your website traffic, what that traffic is doing when they visit your website. It'll allow you to measure your conversion tracking, so how many sales and how many leads you're getting through your website, how long the visitors on your website spend, so how long they're spending on each page and on average how long each visit is, and your social media tracking, and even down to the granular which social media channel your traffic came in from and where your conversions and leads are coming from. So we've broken it down into 4 key steps. The first one is creating your Google account. You will only need to go through this step if you do not currently have a Google account. The second step then is signing up to Google Analytics itself, then creating your Universal Analytics and Google Analytics for property, and then adding that tracking code to your website. So we're going to get started with step 1, creating your Google account. Now, you will not need to go through this step if you already have a Google account. If you're using a Google tool, so that would be Google Ads, Gmail, YouTube, any of those tools, that will mean you already have a Google account. So if you do want to set up a new account, go to analytics.google.com and fill in the details that they request from you to create your new account. So that will include your name. You will have to add a username, and the default is they ask you to use a Gmail account, but you don't need to use a Gmail account. You can indeed use an existing email address that you have. So if you want to use your business email address, you can do that. So there'll be a blue link that says use my current email address instead. Then they'll ask you for a password. So pop in something that is very secure. So no children's names, no animal names, anything like that. And make sure there's a good mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. Click next, and that will then create your Google account for you. So step 2 is creating your Google Analytics account. So go to analytics.google.com. Click on the blue button where it says Start Measuring. That will then take you to a page where they will ask you for some account information. So for starters, you need to put in your account name. That's for your own reference. Decide if you want to share your data with Google and click Next. At step 3, you will be brought through to creating a Universal Analytics and Google Analytics for property. Google Analytics 4 is quite new, so it's recommended that you create both Universal Analytics and GA4. GA4 is what it's called in the industry. So the first thing you need to do is you'll be asked for your property name. So the property name is just for your own reference so that you can recognize it when you open up your Google Analytics account. You'll also then be asked to put in your country, your time zone, and your currency. Underneath that, there is a blue link, Show Advanced Options. Click on that, and then to the right-hand side, there is a slider. Slide that across those turned on and blue. At the next stage, it'll ask you to put in your website address. So at this stage, you need to make sure that you're putting in the address exactly as it appears in the browser when you visit the website in your Chrome or your Safari browser. So are you using HTTPS, for instance? Are you using www? Because not all websites do. Now, most websites do use HTTPS, so it is automatically set to choose that, but you can go into the drop down and change it if you need to. Then there's a little radio button, that's the round button just underneath, where it says create both a Google Analytics 4 and Universal Analytics property. Make sure that is highlighted and click Next. At the next stage, you'll be asked just for a little bit more information about your business. So it'll ask you for your industry, for instance. Now, this is a drop-down box. Make sure you don't miss that one. It's easily missed. Then it'll ask you for your business size and how you want to use Google Analytics in your business. So what you want to track. So tick the boxes there that are relevant and click Create. At stage 4, this is where you'll be adding the tracking code to your website. It is important to add this tracking code to your site to have access to the data within your analytics account. So go to the section that is tagging instructions, click where it says add new on-page tag, and then click global site tag. This will then give you a piece of code that needs to be added to your website. At this stage, you may need your web developer's input to help you install the code on your website. A large percentage of websites are built in WordPress, so it is likely that you have a WordPress website. If you do, there are 2 plugins that will come in useful at this point. There is Monster Insights and there's Insert Header and Footer. We will demonstrate how to use the Insert Header and Footer plugin in just a moment. Also, if you're using one of the other popular content management system websites, there is a link available to help you with understanding how to put that code on your website. Now, to install the Insert Header and Footer WordPress plugin, the first step is to log into your WordPress website and to click on the left where it says plugins, and then click on add new. On the right-hand side in the search bar, type in Insert Header and Footer, and the first plugin that appears in the list should be the Insert Header and Footer by WP Beginner. That is the plugin you're looking for. Click where it says Install Now, give it a few moments to install, and then click Activate. Once it has activated, if you go to the left and go to your settings and go to Insert Header and Footer. When this page opens, there will be 3 boxes. The top box is where you paste your code in. So go back to your Google Analytics, copy the code, then back into WordPress, paste the code into the first box, and at the bottom of that page, save. I hope you find that useful.